Okay, this is a comprehensive video for a 2001 Pathfinder, a little issue I ran into. The idle air control valve burned out, which is this little, see if I can get away from the sun there, is a little motor right here, and it controls a valve that sets the idle depending what your engine is doing, decelerating or cold, or I'm not sure the other options, but whatever. It controls the amount of airflow. So that's the intake, and the air comes down, goes through the back of here and into the chamber, into the intake runners. Now over here is either the inlet or the outlet, and in behind here, which you can't probably see very well, oh yeah, there it is the other place where the hose connects, and coolant flows through that. So what happens is the seal between the coolant and this motor fails, and apparently the coolant gets into this motor and shorts it out. Now if this shorts out, your vehicle won't idle. It'll run, but it won't idle. And silly me, I kept driving my vehicle and tried to come home from about 10 miles away, and I got halfway home and my engine computer burnt out. And apparently it's a feature, not a feature, but a problem, that when this shorts out, it overloads the engine control module and it burns out a chip in there, which is a bunch of transistors, I think, and it overloads. So to take this out, this is my donor truck, and I'm fixing another one. So this has 4 bolts here, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got the 2 hoses, and it's got an electrical connection here, and two electrical connections there, which you have to undo. And this whole thing comes out, and I just took the one off this truck and put it on my other truck where it failed. Now what also happens when this goes on, it creates a series of problems, and like I mentioned before, this is the engine control module, the ECU, or engine control unit. If you look really close, if this will focus, right there is a spot, and that chip burns out. So if you can order that chip, and apparently they're like 15 bucks, and you're good at soldering and electronics, you can put that in and you can repair this module. Now in Canada, I phoned our Nissan dealer, and they want $1,279 for a rebuilt ECU for a $15 chip. Now, of course, I guess they got a warranty, but you can buy them online, Amazon or something like that, or other places for, I don't know, $200-300 bucks US. Now, again, I say I'm in Canada. Now, the other thing that happens is that when this chip burns out, it blows a fuse, or could blow a fuse, which took me a long time to find, and it's located over here under this panel, and it's the 10 amp focus here, ECCS2 fuse blew on this as well. So after I had done all the work, it still wouldn't start. Now to get your vehicle to start, it also and you put in a new engine control module, it affects your keys, and your keys have to be reprogrammed. So I got a locksmith mobile locksmith, and he reprogrammed my keys, but because I didn't know that fuse was blown, the engine wouldn't start. Now, once I got the engine, or once I replaced that fuse, I got the engine to start, but it wouldn't idle. And you have to do a couple of settings with the key, and there's other places that will explain how that's done. But you have to turn like the ignition key to on for 3 seconds, turn it off for 10, turn it on for 3, turn it off for 10, and that sets your one of the settings for your idle circuit, and there's a second one which sets the close position. And since the early 2000s are apparently throttle by wire, now I'm not exactly sure what's going on there because I'm I haven't researched it that much, but on this one it's throttle by wire, and there's a third step that you have to do for engine idle air control. So it's a series of problems, and I'm thinking if I took this to the dealer, it would have cost me, I don't know, $2,000 Canadian, all over a motor that loses the seal, and the engine control module, which up here they wanted $1,279 for a rebuilt or remanufactured